on my way.
Hey, it's Camo. Welcome to Nashville Meets World. Something a little bit different this time. We always talk to artists or authors or something else. This one's a bit more of a trade thing. Mike Mostert of GoGo Tuners. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Good, man. And you brought along Tony here to pick some stuff for us.
Yeah,
Cool.
do some music for you from the GoGo record.
Excellent.
So we're basically I made a I own a company called GoGo Tuners,
Right.
and we have a lot of high profile artists, and it's actually this big full circle story.
Yeah,
So
cool.
it started way back. We have a lot of time, don't we?
Yeah.
So back in early 90s, Tony and I were signed to EMI Records way back in the day. Had the official rock helmets, acronated out, as we all know how
Yeah.
the look goes. And at that point in my life, I was not going to make any music, immerse myself into my companies.
Yeah.
And that was it. This is my companies. And how this full circle journey came about, it was about 4 years ago. I was seeing a friend was playing in New York, and I went to see his band.
Yeah.
Never really had a deep conversation. He was just a good buddy. He just went to see his band. And he goes, "Hey, Mike, are you playing guitar?" And he asked, "Oh, yeah, I'm playing guitar." And he looks at me and goes, "Mike, you really have to play guitar. It's part of what you do. It's part of your soul. This is why you got into this business." So it just caught me off guard. Like, really? Like, we decided to have this conversation, especially after a couple of Jack Daniels. It sounded pretty interesting at the time.
Ideas seem so much more wonderful when you had a couple of Jacks.
So, my thinking right away was, again, I still have the business hat on. And I'm like, it would actually be really good for the musicians to know, or my end users to know that, when I designed the products, it was a musician for musicians.
Right.
So when I would create certain feature sets and even design, every little thing was designed as a musician, as a working musician would think. And I wasn't just a guy with a PC board or inventor. I am those things. That's not, I'm a musician first, and I want to actually solve a solution with the tuner. And from that, I was like, well, you know what? He's right. I think I have to get back into playing. So my very first coming out, I knew I had about 4 months notice.
Yeah.
I was going to be on Fox, Eric Dahl show. So for almost 4 months straight, from midnight till about 3 in the morning, I did practice every single night. So I could sound good for about 75 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the next progression was I do a lot of interviews with the artists, and I would always end up playing one song with the artist.
Cool.
So again, it would give me about a month or so to practice. So I want to do the justice to the song as well, and it also gave me time to prepare. And as time went on, I was getting invited to different events to play. We're also now I'm the lead guitar player, and then I created go-go events throughout the country where now I'm the lead guitar player, and it was actually not last year, the year prior. So you know what? So many high-profile artists, and it really has never been done in the industry. Essentially, it's a roster record. I would think some of these bigger companies, obviously they have so many big people, and I'm not sure if how deep you looked into our roster, but in every genre, we do have like a Rascal Flatts to Stanley Clarke to Johnny Highland to Ice-T's band to, if you go into Latin world, this band Manal, who sold 70 million records. So, it covers every spectrum, and I really thought about it. I was like, well, this would be kind of cool to do. And originally I thought, let's just play a little guitar here and there on it. And I started asking, I had this concept. I started talking to the artists, and went one by one. I was like, what do you think? What do you think? Everyone's like, we're in. I got to about the 7th or 8th, and they go, well, do you want to write? Like, okay, I think I'm going to write. And then from that, it was like, you know what? I ended up actually co-writing and producing the entire record.
Nice.
So it changed my focus on what this was going to be. And and I set a target. I started May 28th, and I said I'm going to finish this in 1 year. And we actually finished June 4th of last year, and we recorded all over the world, from New York and Philly, all over LA, Hollywood, LA, a lot in Nashville, a lot in Muscle Shoals, Mexico, and because I'm working with so many different artists and work around their schedules, and we get a call. You know what? I got 2 days free. I can do 5 hours.
Yeah, you have to be ready.
I'm on a plane. Let's go do it. And so that was the whole main premise of doing this. And so it's a roster record, but I also wanted to create not that I want to say like a standard collaboration record or a compilation record, or if you do say like a shred record, metal shred record, it's all metal shred. Or it's like, here's a country record, it's all country. And on our record, it's just everything. We're doing R&B, we're doing metal, we're doing hard rock,
which
pop.
is what people's playlists are all about anyway.
Yeah. And the other approach I took to this was, how would, say, for instance, you know who Johnny Highland is?
Yeah.
All right, so I have Johnny Highland on a metal song.
Cool.
And it was more like, not how can they make a metal song country, or can they make a pop song Latin? It's how would a Latin artist approach a pop song? How would a metal, we did one song was a ballad, so almost like an Adele ballad, but I added a 63-piece orchestra.
Wow.
And then I got a metal singer. How would a metal singer approach this ballad with just a nylon string and an orchestra? But not so much make it metal. It's just their mental approach of creativity towards that type of music. And so I think it's a very unique type of collaboration.
It sounds a lot like when Robert Plant did his stuff with Alison Krauss, and he said, he was always about projecting huge for an audience, but when he was doing this Americana stuff, he had to completely bring it back and do everything on a much smaller scale, that he wasn't pushing everything out all the time.
Right.
So he found it a real challenge.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of love and hate in this project, and then within this project, there, bringing Tony back in, and Tony became a bigger part as this project was evolving. It's like, this made perfect sense. Let me get my original singer back from the day. And
so you guys were in a band together.
Yeah, we were signed in a band way back in Big Mouth with 2 G's, because that era, you needed 2 G's, you needed 2 X's, everything with 2 X, this is the way it was.
This would be, I'm guessing, 90s, early
90s. But the approach on this is, how would we write a hard rock song or a rock song now in 2020? It was very important to me, and I know it's Tony as well, not to do what we did in the past. How far did we evolve musically? Whatever, everything. Emotionally, where are we now versus then? And it's definitely very happy with the result. And
so this is an album that is a compilation album,
right,
of metal artists doing country, kind of, or it's kind of fish out of water stuff, getting them to do something that's a little out of the comfort zone.
It's exactly, in one way it's out of their comfort zone, but I have very, I would say, very deep relationship with these folks. So I know that, let's say, like Johnny's a great example. Obviously he was on Steve Vai's label. I know he's a metal guy, but his fans don't really know him as a metal guy. But having those conversations, and or for instance, I think she may have been on the show. Morgan Miles.
Yeah, we've had her.
Okay.
Yeah, Morgan is an incredible artist.
And Morgan, obviously is a very country pop.
Yeah.
And we ended up doing a song that was almost a Janis Joplin type of song.
Yeah. Cool.
And she just tore it up. But working with her in the past, I knew she had that type of whatever, the crazy chops. And so again, just having all these conversations, I knew, okay, this is the perfect person for it.
Yeah. And Morgan is a great she's perfect for that kind of project, because I remember talking to her about her single at the time, and she went, I think she got an R&B or hip hop producer to produce this country record,
right.
and it's totally taking a different approach to what
Right.
normally people would normally think about country.
Right.
So she was a great artist for that.
Yeah, she was really good on the track, and really I think this everybody's again with all these conversations. I just knew putting all the pieces together. Yeah, it's like okay, I know this bass player worked with this and this, and in some aspects it didn't work. Where I'm like, okay, I put this bass player on, and because I actually like to say this bass track better, I would just take the drummer completely off, put a different drummer. And whenever I go to New York, I put another drummer.
It sounds like you were producing the way Steely Dan used to produce, and they would get like tons of big names in to sing or play, and no, that's not it. And they would just get different guys to. I mean, Michael McDonald was on Steely Dan stuff because they wanted this specific sound, and they would go through all these names until they got the sound that they wanted.
And sometimes it's a chemistry. It's like these two fit, and then also you put this person on, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So it's okay, which one are you going to replace? Yeah. And that was a process over, like I said, over that year. I'm like, okay, and of course, like being sort of like the project manager, giving people the bad news. Okay, you're off as a singer, you're off as a drummer, you're off as. It wasn't the easiest conversations because
it doesn't mean you're bad. It just didn't work.
It didn't fit anymore, And like there's one song that Tony did. It was that song that ballad.
Yeah.
That song started off as a big bombastic ballad, 80s ballad, big guitar, big keyboard intro, almost and it wasn't working. We discovered this. The singer, it was the first time she ever sang in the studio, and you'll probably hear a lot from her in Nashville. She sort of has like an Adele type of thing, and but when I put all the big guitars and and layered all the stuff, it didn't match anymore. So she had like a vulnerability to her vocal. It just did not make sense anymore. So I just stripped the song down to like nothing. Where it was just a nylon string guitar and her vocal.
Cool.
And then also now you put Tony's vocal on the chorus. It was magical, and there was still like just something missing. And it was something that took me a few months. And I was in Muscle Shoals, and guys like, you know what's missing, Mike? The cello. Oh, really? I go, cello? He's like, no, the cello's missing. So we contacted the Alabama University, and we did the 63-piece part of cellos. And it's great. It's just a nylon string. That's it. It's straight up one nylon string, one vocal, and then with a nice orchestra on it. And it was that was the very last one that we had to do, which was. But I knew something was missing. Like you just know something was just not right. And so it was cool to bring Tony back in, and within this project, there's like a real band involved called In Theory. Yeah. So while the majority of the record is all the GoGo artists, collaborating with each other, there is a band. It's called In Theory, and that's actually like a real band within the band. And so it's kind of wild. So the GoGo Tuner record is taking off in a major way this way, and then you got In Theory in the hard rock world blowing up that way.
Cool.
So it's two simultaneous projects at the same time, but they're crossing over.
Yeah, crossing over.
And I mean the amount of the TV shows and radio play that we're getting right now, it's
excellent.
It's insane. It's it's quite wild that that's occurring. And I'm excited to say, but we'll be announcing it over the next we'll announce it on the show. How's that?
Yeah, it works.
But I think we're doing something that's quite different, where we're actually having songs it's charting on different charts simultaneously. Nice. So we're on the modern alt chart, rock chart, pop chart, blues chart, all simultaneously, and I don't think that's really been done.
Yeah.
Because usually if you're doing a jazz record, right, you're focusing on jazz, you're doing a rock, but to have 5 simultaneous is quite amazing. And then the other thing that's occurring too is the DJs are loving the whole concept of, I guess maybe the story behind the record, and maybe maybe the record's pretty good too.
Yeah.
But they're playing all 9 songs off the record in rotation, and it's about 150, 175 stations right now.
Wow.
But they're playing all 9 songs, all genres, and every hour and hour some of these. It's quite.
That's really neat.
It's quite amazing that this is going that direction, because it's definitely exceeded anything I thought it was going to exceed. As you know, it's really tough. And,
It is.
I mean, it's tough to get one song on the chart.
Yeah, but to get all of them.
Right. But I'm also, I think I had that little bit of, I always call it the mic madness, the mic craziness of, well, why can't I have more than one? It's that type of record. Why can't I do that?
It's true. Sometimes when you're not centered in that business, you think more like, well, why can't we? Because you aren't used to those limits. And you go ahead and do it.
Yeah, no is not in the vocabulary.
Yeah.
I think either no is not in the vocabulary or ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to do a song?
Yeah, we can do a song. Sure.
This guitar is really unique.
Yeah, it's a Michael Kelly Forte guitar. It's got a double port, so it's got, like almost like the remember like the Ovation of Wallace.
Yeah.
And then you have a port on this side.
So you can hear exactly what's.
Yeah, so it's like a self-monitor.
Nice.
So what's the audience is hearing being projected is actually what you're hearing. Nice. So you're getting a lot more low end. Yeah. So we will do our best with this one. I have this thing called the jet slide. You know what a jet slide is?
Yeah.
So apparently I lost my jet slide, so I had to buy another slide. So I had to switch all my fingerings and. So this song is called "Can't Find My Way." It's on the GoGo Tuner record. It's the opening track with the band at 30 with Tony singing. On the album, it's a hard rock, almost like a very like Soundgarden-ish type of song. We decided to rewrite it as a bonus track because of the influence of Muscle Shoals. It's my second place is Muscle Shoals, and I really believe there is magic in Muscle Shoals. So we had this great opportunity, as you know who the Swampers are.
Oh yeah.
So, Tony was coming down to do a shoot. We had this, again, I feel like, it's a very unique opportunity. And I had, Spooner, the keyboards, who made Aretha Franklin and.
Those guys are on so many tracks.
Right, yeah. Only like a few thousand records or so. So I ended up rewriting the song, inspired with what I hear in Muscle Shoals, and I had Spooner play with us, and I had the cello guy. I brought him back in for the Alabama Orchestra. So you got a rock singer, you have a cello, and you have Spooner doing his little swing, and then me doing whatever I do.
Cool.
So we just rewrote the song, and it's a little bit more swampier than the record. Obviously, the record's very hard rock, and we'll give it a shot here.
All right, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel the cold wind blow, yeah, it's all from yesterday. Been lost for all so long, searching for the night. Well, I can't believe in love, 'cause it holds me down with chains. Don't know where I'll end up, 'cause losing always feels so right. Alright. Always feels so right. Well, I never could be king, so I left it all behind. I'm filled with bad regrets,
Rayy here for Nashville Meets World. Normally I'd be reporting to you somewhere in the GTA, but I've been soaking up some sunshine this week on vacation, so I thought I'd bring you a special live report from here in sunny Dominican Republic. Today I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my brand new single that I have coming out called All Woman. It's coming out February 7th, but it's available now for pre-save, and if you pre-save and show me that you've done so, you'll be entered to win some new All Women Nicole Rayy merch, including these awesome new crop tops and some regular band tees as well. So I have Damon here today. He's going to help me out, and we thought we'd play you a live acoustic version of All Women.
Beautiful and broken, introverted and smoking cold. You know, labels get me going. I'm as guarded as I'm open. I know, but I grow. Seeing all these pieces of mine, every curve fits my design. I'm a tomboy, thick skin, rough around the edges, soft eyes, 6-inch heels and dresses. One and the same, not one or the other. I've got 100 books behind my cover. I'ma let you paint pyramids, open door open, powerful feminist. Know where I'm going. Different sides of the same position. I'm all love, all fight, all woman. Every definition got a line or two that's missing, you know, it ain't even intermission, and you think you got the gist of the show, but you don't, and you feel all these pieces of mine, every curve that's mine. I'm a tomboy, thick skin, rough around the edges, soft eyes, 6-inch heels and dresses. One and the same, not one or the other. I've got 100 books behind my cover. I'ma let you paint, gentlemen. Open door open, powerful feminist. Know where I'm going. Different sides of the same position. I'm all love, all fight, all woman. Tomboy, thick skin, rough around the edges, soft eyes, 6-inch heels and dresses. One and the same, not one or the other. I've got 100 books behind my cover. I'ma let you play, gentlemen. Open door open, powerful feminist. Know where I'm going. Different sides of the same position. I'm all love, all fight, oh woman, all love, all fight, oh man.
Hope you guys enjoyed our live acoustic version of All Women. Don't forget to pre-save now. You can check out the link on my website, which is NicoleRayy with 2Ys.com. Also Facebook.com/NicoleRayMusic. I'm at NRayy on Twitter and at NicoleRayMusic on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. My name's Nicole Rayy, and back to you.
I dig that. That's really cool. Great vocals.
Thank you.
Guitar playing's pretty good too. That's a great song.
Thank you.
So this song or this album is available everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
Online. What's the title of the album?
It's Mike Mostert The Tuners Family.
Oh, cool. So we got to check that out. What other plans do you got to do more with this? You guys gonna? Is it?
Oh, there'll be a lot more. I mean, we have still about 125, 150 artists that want to.
Be part of?
Yeah, especially the whole concept. You know, another thing is, as you know, in our business, whether it's your country or rock or, I think your record company, it's a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah.
You go and develop a fan base, you want to develop your style, but then that your record company and your fan base also keeps you in your box.
Yeah.
And as I was talking to these, to the artists, for them to do stuff that's also a passion, it brought back almost a feeling when they were first playing. Like, so it was really there was so much passion, self-expression. They were just like, this is like, had nothing to do with record company, had nothing to do with, it's just,
Yeah.
I just want to play music because I just love playing music. And so as I said, I'm telling the artist the process, everything, I'm in. And there'll be some really, the next two will be actually quite astounding of who's going to be on it. So that's one concept. And then obviously, we're developing the In Theory band, which is a whole something else, which is, more, what do you want to call it? Almost like a Rival Sons meets like Soundgarden type of thing. But both are being...
That's cool, two cool sounds to be mashing up together.
Yeah, so we're being pulled in both. And, and then this version that you just heard, this I call it the Swampy version. If you want to call it, we really essentially had like this, this third project, with the Spooner from Muscle Shoals, and we're calling it the Swamp Rats, and we already cut 3 or 4 songs, and it's doing quite different. We're reinterpreting our own originals and reinterpreting copies that. It's just the chemistry. He plays a certain way, I play a certain way. Yeah, Tony's vocals and like you said, the orchestra on it's quite different.
Your vocals are really, really killer. I mean, and they are
Thank you.
rock vocals. They're really good. I like it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
How do you find this project as a vocalist? Is it?
It's great because I get a chance to, because if you hear the record, I could overdrive it, and then I could do something like this and pull it back, and those are like singers that I admire, like Plant, and new guys coming out like J.B. Cannon from Rival Sons. I mean, they can do an acoustic and sound amazing, and do a rock and sound amazing, and it's 2 different worlds.
Yeah.
And the record is like that, because you're doing a ballad, you're doing this, and then you're doing a rock, and get a chance to showcase different.
Well, when you're writing, it's mostly going to be done on a guitar, an acoustic guitar, or a piano anyway.
Right.
So it all starts at that.
All starts at that level.
Internal kind of level, and then expands from there.
Right.
You look genuinely excited about this project.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
It's,
I don't look too excited.
You look the businessman. Internally, you're all
Yeah, having fun.
excellent.
Having fun, like being on the show. We really appreciate it.
Oh, this is great.
Having a blast.
Do you want to do another one?
Yeah, this is a new song that Tony and I wrote for the band In Theory, and we'll do it in a premiere on your show.
Excellent. We love previews.
Says I can't have you. I won't believe it's true. Can you feel what I'm going but your memories won't let me sleep. Your memories won't let me sleep. Your memories won't let me sleep till I see you again. Till I see you again. but your memories won't let me sleep. Your memories won't let me sleep. Your memories won't let me sleep till I see you again. Till I see you again. Till I see you again. See you again. That's cool. Great song. I'm trying to think who it's reminiscent of it. I'm picking up like some Zeppelin kind of feel to it. That's excellent. So what are the plans now? You've got this project going. What happens next?
Back into the studio is next. We're writing, like I said, Tony and I, in a way, we're writing 3 simultaneous records. So, like I said, the theory record is, I think early February, we're back in the studio. We're going to be in Muscle Shoals. We're actually going to do the entire record in Muscle Shoals,
Nice.
from start to finish. We have a little more feel of what we're hearing, what you hear
Yeah.
today. So it's, you know, whatever. It's like a hard rock meets Zeppelin.
You've got that perfect, it's like Sebastian Bach, like just that perfect hard rock, heavy metal voice. And it's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's the goal, but add a little bit, it's like that voice, but with not the 80s, 90s metal.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit of a twist to it, I think, musically, like I said, as far as adding the, if you want to call it swampiness, a little bit touch of an R&B, but it will still be
That's
hard rock.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That sounds really good.
And then while we do that, then I start picking out the next lineup for the GoGo record, and that's going to be a little bit different, where I'm going a little bit more, a little bit even more in the funk R&B side, adding metal to it, essentially.
Cool.
I'll leave it at that. If you look at my roster, then you'll figure out who will be on the second one. But it's I'm bringing in a lot of jazz guys to do R&B and jazz guys to do metal, and metal guys to do vice versa, and then put it all together.
Oh, that's gonna be cool. Gotta check that out. So the album is called Mike Mostert and the GoGo Tuner Family,
That's correct.
and it's available on iTunes and every place else you want to look. Man, thanks for being on the show.
No, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Come back.
Thanks for the
again.
coffee.
Yeah.
It's a coffee moment.
Yeah, come back again. Seriously, you've got the next project you want to talk about.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
We'd love to have you back.
I appreciate it.
Cool. Tony, Mike, thank you very much. Thank you for watching
Thanks for
Nashville
watching.
Meets World. Nashville Meets. I'll try that again. Thanks for watching Nashville Meets World this week. Catch me every Sunday at midday on Chris Country all across the UK, following Kix Brooks and American Country Countdown. We'll see you next time on the show. Bye.
Oh.